it's a terrible night out there.
Yes, Doug went out to bring the car around.
And it may take him some time to dig it out. Kevin.
Hi.
Hi. I gather you moved out of Heather's. I hope you don't blame her for what I said earlier.
Oh, I don't blame anybody. But I won't be beholden to anyone either.
Well, that's a, pretty childish attitude. There's Doug. Well, good night.
Good night, Franny.
Good night.
Night.
Oh, Kevin, if you've moved out of Heather's, where will you be staying?
Not too long ago, Doug offered me the use of the green room, cot in the green room, and I think I just might take him up on that.
Oh, that won't be necessary. You can sleep on my sofa.
Thank you. But, I mean, I'm here. Might as well just stay here, right?
Oh, well, all right, but don't tell Douglas.
Why not?
I just think it would be best.
Okay. See you in the morning.
Good night.
Oh, Kevin, I gave the closing receipts to Miss Talbot.
Oh, Jim, thanks. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, good night. I hope I don't have trouble getting home in this blizzard.
Yes, it's pretty nasty out there. Jimmy, before you go, could you do me a favor and take down Caroline's portrait for me? It's a little too large for me to handle.
Sure, but why?
I noticed some cracks in the veneer, small ones. Probably due to the change in temperature here. I want to have it restored before it gets any worse.
Well, that would you drop them fast since we lost the generator.
Terrific. You know, I bet you really wished you would have called Betsy while the phones were still working.
Bet you wish you'd taken that limo for Chicago with Titanic, huh? You could be dining at the Pump Room in style right now. No, I'd rather be right here.
Yeah. It's less dangerous.
Oh, yeah?
Well, I don't know. I'm just not completely sure of my feelings to risk being around him now. I mean, I'm only human. I mean, you know, it's been lonely, you know, for me since I left L.A.
I'm sorry.
No. What for?
Well, I just never, I've been so involved in myself. I hadn't realized what you must have been going through.
There's no reason at all why you should be.
Well, we've been working so closely together, and Betsy and I are both so fond of you. I wish that we had done more.
No, listen, I'm a survivor. I'll get through this.
Well, I know you will, but I would like to, I'd like to do more, if you'll let me.
Well, thank you for worrying about me.
Sure.
It helps a lot.
So how bad are the roads, right?
Well, pretty bad, but the snow has lightened up a little and the plows have been through, so.
We think that Steve and Iva are trapped out at the condo site.
Oh, no. Is there anything I can do?
No, Douglas, I don't think so. I called the state police. It's really up to them now.
Listen, how about some hot chocolate?
Oh, yeah.
Are you sure you're not going to be too tired to narrate the fashion show tomorrow?
Betsy and I were just talking about that a little while ago. We decided we were going to be too nervous to sleep anyway.
Nervous? You? Not after a career as a nightclub performer.
Oh, that was a long time ago. I'll bet you were a young boy when I was singing for my supper.
Franny?
What?
Franny, is this what I think it is?
Oh, it's my ring.
It's beautiful.
Oh,
look at this.
I can't believe it. Oh, my goodness. Does that mean that you're engaged? Oh, well, not exactly, but we've made a rather large commitment to one another.
I mean, Franny has made it very clear she wants to finish college, of course. And hopefully by that time, the restaurant in Acapulco will be thriving. And we'll have our whole lifetimes ahead of us.
Oh, honey, that's so wise. And bless your heart. I just couldn't be more pleased.
Thank you. That's very special to me.
Kimberly Sullivan. Well, I'm say he looks properly dazed for somebody who just got engaged.
No, I was just thinking of someone who was very special to me at a time when things weren't so good. And I was just thinking, I bet she'd be very pleased to know now how happy I am.
Oh, they see us. They're gonna blow us up.
I fell asleep. I thought I froze to death, and those were angel voices.
Weird kind of angels. State cops with their snow plows.
Oh,
What do you say to a little coffee? Ooh, it's hot. Warm, anyway. Ah, there we go.
Oh, gosh. Oh, thank you. Oh, I wanna... You know what?
What?
I'd like to propose a toast.
A toast? To what, snow plows?
No. To you.
Me? What'd I do?
Well, you know, you were just as scared as I was last night, and you didn't show it.
Well, I might have been a little afraid.
And, I want you to know what a lovely feeling it is, having somebody wanting to protect you.
You're quite a girl. You know that?
Thank you. Well, what do you say we get the hell out of this refrigerator and go get a breakfast at the park?
Great idea.
Hey!
Breakfast.
Hey, nice to see you. I've never been so glad to see anybody in my whole entire life.
Hey, do you have to make so much noise?
Sorry, Doug. I try not to wake you up.
No, I was kidding. Sit down, talk to me.
Thanks. Hey, guess what?
What?
I was listening to the radio this morning, and we have no school.
No school, that's terrific.
Great, huh? So I was thinking maybe we could go down to the Long Pond and go skating. I'll shovel the snow off.
I'd really like to, Andy, but I tell you, I have a big fashion show at the restaurant today.
Oh, okay.
But I tell you what, your mom's the star of it, and Franny's in it, so why don't you come along? You could bring Chris and Nancy. I'd arrange ringside seats.
You mean it?
Sure, I mean it.
That's great, thanks.
Yeah. You're a lucky guy, Andy.
What, you mean because I have no school today?
That, too. But, I was thinking about your family, I mean, you grew up in a pretty terrific one.
Yeah, I guess I did. But everybody I know has the same family, more or less.
Oh, then they're lucky, too. A lot of kids aren't,
Andy, did you wake him up?
Oh, I tried not to.
No, I was already awake.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, you at least should have used the guest room.
I've loved it down here by the fire. It felt good.
Well, I'm going to get some breakfast started. Now, Doug, what would you like?
Kim, I'd love to say, but, I got to get back over to the restaurant and get that dress rehearsal set up.
Ah, all right. Well, think about it, because it takes me a couple minutes to do eggs.
Son, would you get the paper and see if the mail is here, please?
Yep.
Thank you.
I guess I will see you later on the occasion of your big debut.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah?
Yeah. My ring was the first thing I saw when I woke up this morning. I had to pinch myself to make sure I wasn't dreaming.
Think maybe I ought to call Bob in San Francisco, let him know what happened?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe that helped convince him to come with us to Acapulco.
I don't think he needs any convincing. I don't.
Whoops, I can go out and get the mail again.
Oh, it's all right. I have to tear myself away.
Hey, Franny, guess what?
What?
Douglas invited me to the fashion show.
You? At a fashion show? Awesome.
Hey, what's so awesome about
Well,
it?
don't you think the models might be a little old for you?
Just a little. But the food at Caroline's is great, so I'll have a good time anyway.
Yeah, the human garbage disposal.
Right.
Thanks for inviting him.
Sure, I think
Thanks,
it'd be
nice
fun.
of you.
It'd be fun. Well, you know what? I think I better take off.
Hey, look out.
Take it easy.
Andy, honey,
Yeah.
did the mail come?
Oh, yeah, it's right on the table.
Oh, God, I'd call him. Bob, I'd call him. The minute that passenger list came, please, God, let it be here.
This portion of As the World Turns has been brought to you today by Sure. You can raise your hand if you're sure, because Sure Antiperspirant helps keep you dry. And by Squeezably Soft Charmin Bathroom Tissue. We'll continue with part 2 of As the World Turns in just a moment. And now, part 2 of As the World Turns.
Tom? Tom.
Oh, hi.
Good morning.
Oh, is it? I don't think I got to sleep till a couple hours ago.
I know, and even then you were thrashing about so much you almost threw me out of bed.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It was one way of getting you over to my side.
Look, honey, about last night.
I don't want any another apology, okay? I didn't sleep much either last night. I kept wishing that I had not been trained as a detective, and a pretty good one, people say.
Best?
I wasn't fishing. But thank you. Unfortunately, the first thing that we're trained to spot is guilt.
Margot, look, I have a really bad headache, and my mouth feels like the Sahara Desert, so...
Well, that could be because of all the cigarettes you smoked last night and the drink that you brought up to bed.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah?
No lectures, huh?
No lectures, not a one. Tom, why did you pretend to be asleep last night when I came home?
Pretend.
The cigarette you put out in the ashtray, it was still smoldering. I don't think you could have fallen off that fast.
Passed out is more like it, honey. Well, I had a few drinks on the plane.
And probably some champagne at Barbara's Do the other night.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to ask you a question that I never wanted to ask in all my life. All last night and this morning when I was getting dressed, I wrestled with myself about whether I was going to ask this or not. And in the final round, the coward in me lost. And so I have to ask it. What was Barbara doing in your hotel room at 7 a.m. New York time?
What?
I know she was there because she answered the phone. That was the time that the cowardly part of me won. And I hung up without saying anything.
Well, honey, we were sharing adjoining rooms.
Mm-hmm.
You probably called while I was in the shower,
Mm-hmm.
and she must have heard the phone ringing, so
She picked up on the second ring, Tom. Like I said, it's at this moment that I wish that I wasn't trained as a detective, you know? That I could just be an adoring, trusting wife. But I can't seem to overlook all these facts that are staring me in the face, you know, all those telltale signs of guilt that I've been trained to spot.
Margot?
The roses that you sent me were beautiful. The cigarettes, And the drinks. And those damn pajamas. And the way you pushed me away from you last night for the first time ever since we've been married. Oh, Tom, I know that there are times when one of us isn't feeling in the mood or it's not right. But we love each other enough to respect each other's feelings about that. But last night was different.
It wasn't.
You know?
It wasn't different.
Oh, please don't lie to me. Just don't lie to me, Thomas Christopher Hughes, please. I'm sitting here looking at a guilt-ridden husband trying to look his wife squarely in the eye. And I hate that a lot. I really hate that a lot. So don't lie to me on top of it all, okay? Okay. Now, there's one more thing that I have to ask you. And I really don't want to. If I'm wrong, I'll spend the rest of my life on my knees, apologizing for having insulted you by asking you this question. And if I'm right, I'll probably never forgive you. Did you sleep with Barbara? Is that why she answered the phone? Is that why you've been acting like this man that I don't even know, and this man that I don't ever want to know? Answer me! Answer me now! Oh my God! Oh my God, Tom! This hurts. Oh God, this really hurts.
Margot! Margot, I'm sorry! I am so damn sorry. Oh, good morning, Mr. Dalton. It's not what you think. We stayed up till 2 a.m. The storm. I stayed in Kevin's room.
Will you take it easy, Roy? I trust my daughter, and for some reason, I trust you, too.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, Daddy.
Hi.
That was the nicest thing you've ever said.
Oh.
Me.
I don't want to be all sentimental, but you know, when I had that heart attack that almost killed me, I had to face up to a lot of things, and one of them is that you're a grown-up woman. And it's your right to live your own life, make your own mistakes, you know.
Are you calling me a mistake, Mr. Dalton?
I'm going to let you be the judge of that. I'm going to go make some more coffee.
Hey, I'll do that.
No, you stay here and keep Roy company. I'm sure he'd rather talk to you than me.
Aren't you going to be going to work today?
No, let's know. They're not going to be doing much work out there tonight.
Yeah.
Come to think of it, why don't I call up Caroline's and see if I can get a seat for your show, huh?
Oh, that'd be great.
He's really a great guy.
Yeah.
Well, look, I'm gonna see if I can dig my car out and get to work, huh? Thanks for letting me stay tonight, huh?
Anytime.
Okay. Say, look, if I can get free later, maybe I'll come catch your show, too, huh?
Oh, Roy, that'd be really great. I need all the moral support I can get.
What, you? You are an old pro now.
Yeah, I mean Kevin. I'm really dreading seeing him.
Hey, don't worry. Look, you have done nothing to blame yourself.
Oh.
Just remember that.
Good morning, Kevin.
Good morning.
What was it you said you wanted to speak to me about yesterday?
Oh, well, just that I plan to check with Lucinda Walsh about that job opportunity she talked of, and if I have one, I'd like to give you some notice.
Well, I'm sure there'll be a lot more room for advancement at a firm like Walsh Enterprises than there is here.
Yeah, I gotta go up to the office.
Good morning, Douglas.
Good morning. Well, Marcia, what happened to the portrait?
I had Jimmy take it down. I thought it best, since you didn't tell Franny it was Caroline's ring, and so she wouldn't notice it in the portrait.
Ah, good idea. Thank you. What was Kevin doing here so early?
Oh, he spent the night in the green room. He had some sort of disagreement with Heather and had no place else to stay, so...
Is that so?
Douglas, please don't do anything foolish.
I'm not. But I told you I'm going to handle this my way.
Douglas, you have to be more careful. Just because the police have arrested Ken Wayne doesn't mean it's over for us. They could still put everything together.
Jerry, hi. Barbara Ryan. I'm sorry to get a hold of you so early, but I wanted to get these changes to you before you start cutting the new samples, okay? Got a pencil? Of course, I have other things in my life besides my designs. I just managed to keep everything in its proper place. Okay, here we go. Style 103, the black crepe. I would like to change the jet beading around the neck. Just make it something a little more simple. Scallop, applique in the same fabric would be lovely. Can you hold a minute? I think the messenger's here to send off my new designs. Hold on, thank you. Marco! Well, what a nice surprise.
Is it, Barbara? Oh, good. I'm glad I could return the favor. Because I got hit with quite a surprise myself this morning. I can't stay long, but I'm sure it'll be a visit you won't ever forget.
If you will excuse me, my manufacturer's on the phone. I will tell him I will call him back.
If you'd like, I'll tell him a few things. Like how simple his Simply Barbara really is.
Jerry? Yes, it wasn't the messenger at all. A friend of mine stopped by unexpectedly. Could I call you back? Thank you.
Now, that's funny. My husband had trouble facing me this morning, too. There must be something highly contagious in the air. Let's hope it's not an epidemic of infidelity. But with you as a carrier, it could happen.
Look, I don't know what Tom told you.
Tom didn't tell me anything. He had the good taste to remain silent and just look guilty as hell. But I shouldn't expect a show of taste from you, should I? You save all that for your designs.
If this is going to turn into an angry little exchange of insults, you may leave.
You're gonna throw me out, Ms. Ryan? I only wish you'd try.
If you haven't talked this over with Tom, you have a lot of nerve coming over here and
there is
attacking me.
nothing for Tom to talk over with me. Nothing. Because it is over, Barbara. I could have forgiven him almost anything, but not turning to someone like you. He got drunk in New York and picked up some sort of call girl. And somewhere along the line, down the road, I might have understood that. But to become the willing victim of someone who is cold and calculating, the schemer that you've become, I find it hard to understand and hard to forgive.
Margot, maybe if you had taken the time or shown some interest in Tom's needs, this never would have happened.
Oh, well, now, there's a switch. You were the one that was always cheering me on in my career, telling me how proud you were of me, that I was able to manage a successful job and a marriage at the same time. And you know what? I was so naive. I was so stupid that I thought you were my friend. And all along, you were plotting and planning this whole thing.
There was nothing planned or calculated about what happened. Tom was lonely, miserable.
And you were hungry for another woman's husband. Lord, you even had me help convince him to go to New York on that trip with you. You're in the right profession, Barbara, I'll tell you that much. Designer describes you to a T.
Don't you stand there and play the self-righteous wounded wife with me. My name used to be Barbara Stenbeck, remember? former wife of James Stenbeck. And there was a time, Margot, that you weren't above seducing another woman's husband was there. In fact, you and Tom are living in the house that James gave you when you were his mistress.
That's true. It's not a part of my past that I'm very proud of. And it's true all the same. So is this what this is, Barbara? You waited all these years to even the score?
I never gave it a second thought.
That I believe, because I don't think you'd give a thought to anything except how to get more for Barbara. You know what the most pathetic thing about this whole situation is? You don't give a damn for Tom. He's just a convenience to you. Because if I thought you cared about Tom, if I thought you were capable of caring for anyone but Barbara, I might be hurt by what happened here. Instead, I feel sick to my stomach. Look at you. Not a hair out of place this early in the morning. The living picture of what every woman would love to look like just once in their life. I gotta get out of here before I throw up all over you. Have fun while you can, Barbara, because you're in for a very lonely old age.
All right, so you take a full turn down here. That's very nice. Nice pause.
You know, seeing Kim in action just makes me respect her even more. She is really amazing. I mean, no matter what happens, she keeps her cool. She gets everything done, always in the easiest of going ways.
You know, Doug, sometimes I get the feeling that you take me out just to be around Kim or the rest of my family.
I'm just kidding.
Well, maybe there's some truth to it. I mean, it is kind of like stepping into a ready-made family.
Hey, what happened to the portrait?
Hmm?
It's gone. Caroline's portrait is gone.
Oh, yeah, I took that down.
Why?
Because you are my future now that you're wearing my ring. It's time to put away the reminders of the past.
Oh, Doug, it didn't bother me. It really didn't.
Yeah, well, it was starting to bother me, though, you know. I mean, obviously, I can't change the name of the restaurant. That would confuse the patrons. And it always will be kind of a memorial to Caroline. But I think it's time for the portrait to go back to Texas with Marcia.
I love you.
Good, you're stuck with me. Would you excuse me for a minute?
Sure. Sure.
I want to go upstairs and check out my bedroom. The models are using it as a dressing room.
It's always as neat as a pin.
Yeah, well, you know me. I want to make sure. I'll be back.
I love you.
Still?
Bye.
You two are so cute. You are positively beaming.
Oh, I'm pretty happy.
Well, I'm happy for you. It's about time.
Well, look who's here.
So who's first? Are you a sight for sore eyes?
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. We got snowed in out at the condo site and had to spend the night in the trailer, no heat. State cops finally got us out this morning with snow plows. They had to tow the van
Oh, I
up
was
the
so
hill.
worried about you.
I'm sorry about yesterday. I hate it when we argue like that.
I know, so do I. I guess it just goes to show there's some kinks to work out, you know?
Yeah, but I just want you to know that, I'll do anything that you need me to do because, I had some time to think last night and it made me realize how precious you are to me. And also how easy it is to get off track.
Well, that's the start, right?
Yeah.
So guess what? I have to be modeling in this show here today.
No, I know. Nancy told me. I can shave, change, but I don't have to work today, and I can come back in and see your stuff.
Oh, great. Okay, want a coffee first?
Yeah, sure.
Franny, could you do a favor? Yeah, sure. Would you call Fashions, ask them to send over another for Heather? Any particular firm? The Coyote, I think, would be good. All right, thanks, sir. Okay, I asked her to send in another coat? Yeah.
Hi, Franny.
Hi, Barbara. How's Kim doing?
Oh, wonderfully. Doug is very impressed. Good. Well, I thought I'd just stop by and oversee a few things since Doug was so adamant about Kim being the commentator.
Hi, Barbara.
Hi, Kim. Go on. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hi, listen, I've got to talk to you.
If you're going to start with your stupid suspicions about Marcia, you can just
No,
forget it.
listen, because this is very important. I just want you to listen to me. Do you know why the portrait was taken down?
Yes, Doug and I already discussed it.
Oh, well, Douglas also discussed it with Marcia. Do you know what she said?
What?
Something about the police putting it all together if Douglas weren't more careful. Now, just because
Are
they've
you
arrested
out of
Ken
your
Wayne...
mind? Do you really think
No,
this is going to work,
listen.
this stupid scheme of yours to undermine my faith in Douglas? If you do, you're
I've
crazy.
overheard... Friend.
Kevin, hi. Listen, I heard the police cleared you. That's really good news.
Thank you.
Listen, is Barbara here by any chance?
Yes, she's in the dining room.
Thanks. Area. Hi.
Hi, what are you doing here?
I'm looking for Margot. I just had this feeling she might have gone to your place after she left our house this morning.
Oh, yeah, she did.
Well, what happened?
Tommy, it was absolutely awful. She called me every ugly name in the whole book. I just couldn't believe it.
Fond wishes always to my little lost lamb, Kimberly Sullivan.
I'm not lost any longer. Yes.
I knew you'd be in there.
What is it, Marcia?
I thought you should know. Kevin just told Franny he overheard us talking about the police putting it all together.
What?
We have to leave, Douglas. We can't wait any longer.